Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Lip. If you clicked on this video, congratulations, you found a brand new YouTube channel. Now, today, what I am playing is called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. What Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is, it's a character collector game, which surprisingly is the highest grossing Star Wars game of all time, if you believe it or not. It's higher than any of the Battlefronts or any other Star Wars IP, KOTOR, which is kind of crazy. But, the reason I'm playing this game is I started playing this game, I want to say February of 2020, when my best friend showed it to me. Actually, I'd been watching YouTube videos on it, or he'd been watching YouTube videos on it, and he'd started about 6 months, maybe 8 months before I did. And I was like, oh, that's a really cool game. I'm getting more into Star Wars. And so I decided I'd give it a try, and since then I've been playing almost every day. Now, if you haven't played it, the premise of this game is, like I said, it's a character collector game. And each of your characters have a certain power, right? You use these characters to battle other people online or play against other game modes like PvE. So, just going through some of my characters, some of my main characters at the top of my roster. And as you can see, there's some memorable Star Wars characters. It's pretty cool. Now, the main reason I'm making this video or this YouTube channel, I should say, is that I had this idea, or maybe my friend had this idea, to go from the lowest rank to the highest rank in what this game's most competitive game mode, which is called Grand Arena. So, a little over a year ago, I think, there were some things going on in my life. I was moving and just some other big life stuff. And so I decided to take a little bit of break, right? So I was still logging on a few times a week, but I wasn't playing as aggressively as I used to. And in Grand Arena, if you're not playing frequently, you're going to lose rating points. So when I stopped playing, I was what was called a Rhodium. I think I was in a Rhodium 2, which is one of the higher ones, as you can see here. But since then, as I stopped playing, I have dropped all the way down throughout all of the leagues. So, as you can see, the lowest league is Carbonite, and then it goes Bronzium, Chromium, Rhodium, and then all the way up to Kyber. Now, my goal for this series is to go from Carbonite 5, which you can see that little U symbol in Carbonite 5, and I want to go all the way up to Kyber. At the very minimum, Kyber 5, but I'd like to get maybe Kyber 4, Kyber 3. If I can push into Kyber 1, that'd be nuts. Now, the biggest issue, as you'll see from my roster, is I currently don't have any datacrons. Now, right now, that's not a big issue. But if I start getting into more and more competitive matches, that might become more of an issue. I'll show you right here. Datacrons. I have one level 0 that is active until September. So maybe I'll upgrade that one. We'll see. But let's get into more Grand Arena focused stuff. So as you can see here, like I said, Grand Arena is the main competitive game mode. Now there's other stuff you can do with your guild, where you, as a group, you can take on challenges that the game is made for you, right? Like I said, player versus environment stuff. Or you can do guild versus guild battles. But Grand Arena is just using your roster versus somebody else's. Now I'm not quite sure how they've changed the matchmaking recently. I know when I first started playing, matchmaking was based on GP zones. So GP being your global power, right? If you see on the top right, or galactic power, I should say, excuse me. On the top right, my galactic power is 7,300,000. Now, when I first started playing, obviously it was 0, right? And then as you added more characters, it slowly grew. But what they used to do was they used to have galactic power ranges. So, for example, I think the lowest range was like everybody under 600,000 power was in the lowest rating. And then maybe it was the next one, it was like 1 million to 600,000. So there were brackets, right? And before, if I remember correctly, in 2020, the highest bracket was 4 million or 4.5 million plus galactic power, which is crazy to think about now that I've almost not quite doubled it, but I'm well past that mark. It's just crazy how far and how much the game has grown. Um, but since then, I do know that some of the Grand Arena matchmaking system has changed. So they took into account the amount of galactic legends you have. So those characters that have that kind of gold icon around it, you can see Jedi Master Luke, Sith Eternal Emperor, Jedi Master Kenobi. Those are called galactic legends, which are the highest powered characters in the game, right? Those are the best characters in the game. They've said we're capping it out there. Everything that's put out is either going to be at that level or below, which I mean I appreciate because you don't want too much power creep in a game like this. Um, but since they put those out in Grand Arena, they've had some sort of matchmaking based on the amount of galactic legends you have, and then in your galactic power, and then I think recently it's more based on your skill rating. So if we go back to Grand Arena again, you can see my skill rating right now, 1,371. This is by far the lowest it's ever been. You can see I'm in Carbonite V, which is the worst it can possibly be in the game, which is below 1,450. Now, my skill rating, I'm not quite sure if I can see my highest skill rating. You know what? Let's take a look at that. Let's see if I look into my player icon up here, stats. Can I see my highest skill rating? You can take a look at my stats too. Championship banners earned, full rounds. Championship best score earned rank. I don't know what that is, but you can see right there, I have been in Kyber before. Now, this was a few years ago, back before all the big changes. But I've been there before. I think I can do it again. Now, the reason I'm making this video now specifically is, like I said, there were things going on in my life. I decided to take a break from Grand Arena. But now I have since gained a few new Galactic Legends, right? I've added, in the last year, I added Rey. I added Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You know what? I might have even added Jedi Master Kenobi in the last year and a half or so. And then I also recently added one of the better ships in the game, which is the Profundity. Now there's 3 main ships in the game that are really, really good. The Executor, as you can see, I have 7 stars there. The Profundity, which I just recently unlocked a few weeks ago now. And the Leviathan, which I'm pretty far off. I don't think I'm going to go for that in the next year and a half, but you know, you never know. We'll see if there's some changes made to the way that they unlock those characters. But all that being said, let's get into it. Now, when we enter Grand Arena, the way that it works is you are entered in a 3-week championship rounds. Oh, excuse me, a 1-week championship round, fighting 3 opponents per week, and the Grand Arena cycle runs every 3 weeks or so. So I think it's 3 weeks on and then 1 week off. I may be mistaken. It might be 4 weeks and 1 week, but we'll see. Like I said, I haven't played in a while. But you're placed in a bracket with 8 other people. Every other day, there's an attack phase and a setup phase. During the attack phase, you play somebody new. So right now, you can see we all have 0 wins. But after I win this today, which you'll see why I'm going to win today, it's just a guarantee, I will then next week play one of the few people with 1 win. And then finally, you get that final matchup where each people with 2 wins will face each other to get number 1 in the week. And you can see the rewards over there on the left. First place gets 750 crystals and some other pretty good stuff, right? And this is only in Carbonite, which is crazy. You get way more up in the higher divisions. 2 through 4 gets 500, pretty good. 5 through 7, 250. And then if you lose all of your matches, they still give you participation trophies, which is kind of horse crap. But you know what? Whatever. So going into Grand Arena, today we are facing Star Demolisher, Grizzled Veteran. Let's take a quick look. He is representing Bast Alpha Garrison. That's a pretty cool name. And if you can see his inventory, not even close to the same as mine. It looked like he bought a Lightspeed bundle recently. Those were actually pretty good deals. I think this one was like $20. But I have 6 million more GP than him. So it's a guaranteed win. I put some of my GLs on defense, as you'll see in a second. And you know what? I think it's just a good way to start off this series is with the dub. We can also see his ship's inventory. Nothing too serious. You know, he's a lower account. I haven't been 1 million GP in 3 years or so. Um, Not to like toot my own horn or anything, but you know what? He's just at a different point of the game than me. You know, I'm in Carbonite. I kind of deserve to have to work my way up even through some of these lower rated players. Now, if we enter, you can see the Grand Arena event map, right? So we have 4 zones ourselves. You can see we have top right, bottom right, bottom left, and top left zone. This is where the ship goes. As you can see, ship territory right there. And then obviously your opponent has the same thing. Now, because they don't have PvP real time, you have to go against what they set on defense. And the same thing goes for your opponent. Your opponent has to play against what you set on defense, but you're always playing the computer. So you can use that to your advantage. And there are definitely better squads for offense, and there are definitely better squads for defense, right? Also in Grand Arena, you have to remember when you are attacking, you get points based on a certain amount of details. So some things are, is it your first time attacking that squad? How many of your characters are still alive? How many of your characters still have full health? And finally, how many of your characters still have full protection? Now, the maximum amount of banners that you can earn right there, it says offense win, is 69 banners. Nice. The way that you earn 69 banners is you only bring in one character because you're given extra banners if you don't have a full team of 5. So if you bring in one character and that character leaves the battle with full protection and full health, you will earn a maximum banners of 69. And then once you've cleared the territory, it says right there, you can see it says 150 banners, right? Now, as we move through the ranks and we move up from Carbonite all the way to Kyber, hopefully, this is going to change. It's not just one team per territory. There will be many other teams, and I believe they changed the amount of banners you can earn from each territory. But I'd have to check into that again. Like I said, it's been a while since I played. Now you can tell here, the ship territory is a little bit different because there aren't as many ships in the game. So I think the maximum amount of ships on defense right now in Kyber is 3, which feels like not a lot for people who don't play this game. But for people who play this game, you're really, really running low on ships, which is part of the reason I didn't come back to Grand Arena until I got the Profundity just a few weeks ago. So I have my Executor on defense. But like I said, this is an automatic win. We just got to do the battles. So let's look at this first battle. We have Iden Versio and some of the Imperial Troopers on defense. This would actually be a really good squad. However, my opponent doesn't have any Zetas. Their gear isn't up, and you can see their star level is really low as well. So it really doesn't matter what we throw at this, but let's just throw something that I think will one-shot all of them right away. Now, because Iden Versio doesn't have her Zeta, or maybe it's an Omicron. Oh, she doesn't even have all her mods. She will not go first. Now, I don't remember if it's a Zeta or an Omicron, but something in Grand Arena that causes her to go first right away. And that's what makes these Iden teams dangerous, even at kind of a lower gear level. But because we don't have to worry about that, I believe we should be able to solo this, or at the very least 2-man. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put in General Skywalker, one of my better characters. I'm going to add in just one of the clones, just to be safe. I think I'm going to add in Rex, if I can find him. Oh, you know what? He's right here. So let's get into it. Yep. We're going to maximize the banners. Even though I already know I'm going to win, he has nothing to beat my defense. And as soon as I get this one battle down, I win automatically. I'm going to still do the best that I can. Oh, interesting. She did still go first. But as you can see, he didn't take any damage. I think I'm still even going to get full protection banners for this. Let's see what happens. I still got full protection banners for this. So just rolling over them. Nice, easy first round. Let's see what he put on the back wall. Anything scary? Not really, no. I think I can one-man this too. I have yet to use Kylo. Kylo's one of my newer Galactic Legends. You can see he's only Relic 6. I don't have his ultimate ability for him yet. But even without that stuff, he's still a Galactic Legend. he should still hopefully be able to just clear these in one ability. But let's see here. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to use this one. Okay. I don't know what I was worried about, but as you see, we got max banners for that. If you're curious about the following battle, I earned 70, I think it was 78 banners. And when I said earlier that the max you could earn was 69, you also get 10 for the very first time attempting a battle in Grand Arena. And they added that, I think, a little, maybe around 2 years ago. All right, next territory. Let's just roll through it. Nothing I need to worry about. Is there anything with a big AoE? Let's use Grievous. I'm not going to be able to use him later on in this series, you know, in a month or two when I'm up in higher divisions. And bam. Oh my goodness, he didn't kill him right away. That's crazy. All right, nice 69 banners. And last but not least, let's see what they have on ships. Really doesn't matter what they put down. Nice Windu. Let's go in. I have yet to use the Profundity for anything. Like I said, I just recently got this ship, and I would only ever use it in Grand Arena. Like my Executor is my my daily fleet arena ship. So I'm excited to use this, even though it's gonna be like I'm gonna be rolling over them. Let's see. I don't even think I have like a fleet selected for this. I don't even know the best lineup. I really don't know the best lineup. I'm sorry if somebody watching this actually knows what they're doing with this ship. I'm just gonna, I know it doesn't matter, but that's something that I'm gonna have to figure out as I move through it when I'm back into Erodium and hopefully Kyber. I don't think any of this matters. Let's just start with this. Okay, I do know that one. What does this do? Increase download by 10%, dispel all debuffs from target ally, and they assist twice. Assist, I do know assists are really nice on this team. Dispel stealth. Each enemy that lost stealth this way is inflicted with mark for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Yeah, let's just start off with this. I know that it's going to get me to assist. The reason I'm doing Millennium Falcon is I just want to get through this battle as fast as possible. I don't even know why I brought in a full fleet. Whatever. Goodbye. And goodbye. All right. Well, nice win today, you guys. Oh. Shout out Star Demolisher. I'm sorry that you had to go against me. But let's look back at the rest of our bracket for this week. If we look at event rewards, we can look at some of these other players. So we just played Star Demolisher right here. What is this? Atrocitus 0. Doesn't look like anything I need to worry about. Nope. 1.3 million. The first. Probably not. Oh man, is that Farm Boy Luke with his... Oh no. Oh, 600,000. Alright, let's Marco Ragnos. Okay, he's got some relic characters. 5.2, not bad. I don't see any GLs on his roster though, which again is a huge advantage, right? My friend and I, when GLs first came out, we were like, we need to have these characters. Now it took us a while, and he was about at that time maybe around 6 months to a year in front of me. Since then, he's pushed even further ahead. Like I said, it took like almost a year off, not fully off, but definitely took time not grinding every day this game. But you know, he's not too bad, right? He's got some ways to go, but not too bad. Jappy. Our Imperial Troopers, that's cute. He also got the Lightspeed bundle, very cool. Beeve. 1 mil, nice. It's really interesting seeing all these players at lower points in the game, because it just reminds me of where I was in life during that time, you know, when I was there. Like, I still have pictures on my phone from, like, when I was still, like, earning just normal legendary characters and before GLs came out, like everything was so exciting. It was really, really cool. Um, but, you know, we're probably going to win this week unless for some reason I miss a day and just take an L. But yeah, that is it for today. And thank you all for watching.